Well, we have a question from Charles who called in, and it actually ties in a little bit with what you were saying earlier. He says, people tell me that politics and religion shouldn't be talked about in church or in workplaces, but these things do affect me, so why not talk about them?
Yeah, I remember the first job I ever had doing yard work, actually, for a guy who lived down the street from me, and I was a new Christian. I would try to talk to him about Jesus, and he told me that very same thing. He said, you shouldn't talk about politics and religion so much. And of course, I was just trying to talk to him about Jesus. We weren't even getting into politics at all. But I've heard this as well. Certainly within the church, we should be talking about religion, pure and undefiled religion, the religion that God speaks about throughout His Word. But what about politics? I guess my concern there, speaking again within the church, is that the church is God's embassy on earth, a manifestation of His kingdom. We might refer to it as a kingdom outpost. And so the pastor is an ambassador of that kingdom, a representative of Jesus Christ. As a minister of the gospel, I'm not first and foremost a representative or ambassador of the kingdoms of this world. And so we should be within church focused on the new creation, the kingdom that God is bringing through the faithful proclamation of His Word, through the faithful administration of the ordinances that Jesus gave to us. That doesn't mean we don't address the sins in broader society, the idols that exist in the world. We do. But our focus has to be the preaching of God's Word. The church is not the place for political hobby horses. The church is where King Jesus speaks to us from heaven about the kingdom that He is bringing once and for all. And so, again, that doesn't mean that, I think in our own conversations with friends and family, we need to shy away from these things. I think it's good and can be good to have these kinds of discussions so long as they're had with charity and we're representing Christ well, whether we're talking about politics or religion. It's not that we have to shy away from those things. But again, specifically thinking about what should be heard from the pulpit on a Sunday morning. That's not the place for hobby horses, political hobby horses. That's the place for the pure preaching of God's Word. And as ministers of the gospel, God is going to hold us accountable to that.